Fellow Ugandans, friends, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, I'd like to start by sending my sympathies and greetings to those people who are now sick, who are suffering in hospitals or in their homes, and those who have been imprisoned without due reason. Of course, I pass on my condolence to those people who have lost their loved ones. In particular, at this time, I would like to talk about the late Gen Ggwanga. He was a man with a strong heart. He was a man with a strong will. He was a man who loved and served his country, unwavering with dedication. He was an honest man. And this got him into trouble many times because he would point out the mistakes of his seniors, not just for his own good, but for the good of the country. Of course, as you know, this does not go down very well with the dictator Yoweri Museveni. Gen Ggwanga served under many presidents, but his service was not to a president. He was not serving a person. He was dedicated to the service of the country. And we should learn an example here. And the politicians should learn too that it's not a personal thing. This is for the national good, particularly those who come in power and think that they own the country. They think that because there was a war in Uganda, they are entitled to be in power forever. The catchword is, we fought. In Uganda, twarwana. But there are many people who fought, like Ggwanga, in many battles. And he still dedicated his service and life to Uganda. Probably many of you know that he was imprisoned many times. And at one time, when he was hiding, his brother, who was a lieutenant in the Air Force, was killed because they wanted him to tell them where Gen Ggwanga was. He loved his country. But what is disappointing is that the end of this famous general has got a lot of question marks. Why was he detained? Why was he picked up and then put in hospital under very unclear terms? There is a suspicion that he was actually killed in the hospital. And the government of Dictator Yoweri Museveni should come out and explain how this man died. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions. And it is not only Gen Ggwanga, who has suffered under the hands of Dictator Yoweri Museveni. There are many dedicated men and women of the armed forces who have been sidelined, who have been demoted, who have been retired, not because they've done anything wrong, but because they are a threat, because they serve the country with dedication, because they are not corrupt, because they are not afraid to tell the leaders of their mistakes and how to take the country forward. As you know, many members of the armed forces are suffering at the moment. Their salaries are delayed. Living conditions are poor. They are sent to other countries to fight, in South Sudan, in Somalia, and they're not compensated properly. Even when the money is there. For example, for those serving in Somalia, the funding is underwritten by the European Union and the Americans. But the soldiers don't get their due share. And a big chunk of this money is kept by Dictator Yoweri Museveni and his cronies. When these people die or injured, they're not looked after properly. Their families are not very well looked after. Their children are not very well looked after. And these are the veterans. These are the people who have died in the name of Uganda. I want to reassure the armed forces that under a new leadership, when we change from this dictatorial regime of Dictator Yoweri Museveni, I'll make sure that the armed forces are well looked after. I'll make sure that there is justice in the armed forces. I'll make sure that you are promoted according to your ability, not to whom you know, not to where you come from. And the excessive wastage by the very few at the hands of the rest will stop. As you know, many of the so-called generals who now don't fight, they've got 100 cars, 30 cars, 20 cars that follow them around. 50 soldiers follow them around. All of these are being paid. And this is the total wastage of money. You don't need an escort of 20 cars or 30 cars in Kampala. We are not at war. What will happen when a war starts? And Museveni tells us that there is peace. There is no peace. If a general Muhoozi, because he's the son of the president, is escorted by 20 cars and 50 soldiers, or if General Tumwine is guarded at home by 25 soldiers and 12 cars, then there is something wrong with the establishment. If they're doing good for the country, if they are serving the country properly, why are they so scared that they have to move around with almost a battalion of soldiers as escorts? This tells you there's something wrong. My brethren, my sisters in the armed forces, I want to reassure you that the rest of the country is not against you. We know that there are many people in the armed forces who are rotten. We know there are many in the armed forces who are cruel. We know there are many in the armed forces who are killers and murderers. But we also know that the majority of you are good citizens and want to serve your country with the dedication. Rest assured, with a change of government, you will be very well looked after and justice will prevail. May the Lord bless you all for God and my country.
Nze njagala mubuulire wajjolaga amasasi geetagisa ki? Abasirikale obagoba. Kati you're moving around at midnight for what? Why are you moving around that late at night? What are you solving? You're not a doctor.
Who are you to tell me how to move?
I'm a concerned citizen worrying you're going to get the whole nation sick. Everyone is under quarantine, but for you, you're moving around for idle, nothing to do better than move around.
Hello?
Gen Ggwanga.
Afande Danson Busurwa.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Afande?
Sina Jenkola, they have trained me here in military camp here.
Mbuya military. Barracks.
Ndiye military.
Mutawana chafanda ati.
Nava maje. Kati mbandi yao. Nga bansindikidde military police nembabuuza. Bano baki kyetaagisa okukuuma ne bagamba munkuuma kinze neekuuma. Tebagaana. Kati kana akantu bwe kayingidde nga abamilitary batambula butambula mu byalo bagenda kukwana bakazi b'abantu nenda abantu bagenda kuleeta bulwadde. Nembapakira nembazaayo ne bagaana ne bagamba nti n'okubeera n'omu ne mbagamba nti gwe mulese yakwana n'omukazi ku kyalo batambula bajja kunzita nze sibeetaaga kati simanyi na kumanya
kati bakunonye ekyana
nze nzize wali omutano wena mujja mu Amerika ajjabe chief bodyguard wange nemugulira emmundu nemuta mu authority n'azingiza bwe yatuukawo n'akwatagana emikwano bwe basomangawo nabo mu Aga Khan n'afuuka ekirala ayina emmundu atambula nazo mu bba ndi mwana wa Gen Ggwanga ngamba tokosa linnya lyange kati olwaleero nensalawo okugenda omuggyako emmundu ezo sebo bwe ntuuseeyo gyabeere bwamwayo nemugaleeta emmundu ezo n'afuuka ekyambika
n'atabuka
nempita military police ne bajja ne baŋŋamba nti jangu simanyi Jakosi ayagala kwogera naawe kati nzize wano kati baŋŋaanye okufuluma naye mbabuuza nze siri wa magye nagavaamu lwaki mwaweereza military police nga temumbuulidde nga banjagaza ki kati akawuka kazze nze nfe
toka kuona bantu bangi
saagalira ddala n'embwa yange wonna ekisoo kyange ne munnu zibakanyugidde zonna saagala kumanya
yafanda oli mbuya
wano mbuya
oli mbuya
kitegeezasinge Kazire Ggwanga bamusubidde mbuya ensonga bagyogere
kala fande
baali nakuwuliza
webale nnyo ndandisani busuulwa njogera n'afande Kazire Ggwanga
kanyuga ku mitima